So we are going to our second speaker right now. So I'm going to head on down to Raleigh, North Carolina, and introduce you to Dr. Rita Gibson. Dr. Rita Gibson is in the building. So Dr. Rita, welcome to BSN Speaker Spotlight. And if you don't mind, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much, Brian, for having me. I'm excited to be here. Yep, I'm owner of Gibson Gibson Licensed Financial Professionals. We're in Raleigh, North Carolina. And besides that, I'm a mom. I'm a nurse. A nurse by trade for 28 years, helping people with their health, and was introduced to the financial industry in the last 7 years. And now I'm helping people with their wealth. And so what I want to do is help Black families and businesses to be financially educated so they can be financially free. Why? Because there's 95% of Americans do not know how money works and they're struggling. So how do we help these families? We help them by doing monthly lunch and learns on how to build your wealth, how to protect your wealth. And we have women in wealth. And we also do free financial analysis. And when it comes to the finances, there are four financial crises that we're going through right now. Savings. There are 69% of Americans don't have $1,000 or less in their savings account. And with everything, with the prices going up, we're in a major fix. And so we're here to help educate families on alternatives, because if you don't save money, money won't save you. And then with retirement, the average retirement around $26,000. And that's why you see so many people, baby boomer, in these big different stores, right? Greeting and everything else. And I used to think, well, they must be bored. They don't want to sit at home. They're so used to working. No, they have to work. And so where is your retirement? Are you able to retire? And then healthcare costs are on the rise. 70% chance of anyone between the age of 18 and 64 can be in a nursing home. I know that because I have a dear friend, 35 years old, been in a nursing home for over a year, and she doesn't share a private room. And so these are some things in our community that we need to talk about. Because you know what? 90% of the IRS revenue, they're coming after the middle class, those who make $200,000 or less. So what does that mean? They're deploying 87,000 new IRS agents, and they're being hired. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. But I have the strategies and I have the information and resources to help families make sure they're in a better place so they can leave a love letter and not a liability for their loved ones.
Wow, that was a lot to unpack and absolutely powerful information, Dr. Rita. I think that you are doing incredible work. You hit us with a stat of 95% of individuals like really don't understand money, which is an alarming figure. I'm really interested to know if we could dive into your story a bit, because you said you started as a nurse, which I didn't know, and now you're a life insurance and financial professional. And so, how did you make that transition? Because normally those things couldn't be further from each other.
Well, actually, I'm still am a nurse. I'm still transitioning out of that. And I work in the corporate setting of nursing. I'm actually in case management. So I see the insurance side of that. And so I'm able to see what it costs for people to put in a claim to get services done or to be denied services. And a lot of times, a lot of people who are filing bankruptcy is because of medical bills. Things are not in place. But we have the resources and strategies where, in case something may happen, yes, you may have to qualify for some of these strategies, but this is where the free education comes in, where we help families, because there's living benefits. What if you get too sick to work? And you can still have living benefits through life insurance. It's called life insurance for a reason, because you're still alive. So you're able to access those resources. What if you can save money in a life insurance and have a tax advantage where you're not being taxed? There is a resource that you can actually do that. And it's been around since 1913. The wealthy been knowing about this. So it's time for us to educate our communities.
So let's dive into that area really quick, because you mentioned four areas specifically, but let's talk about savings, because I know that's something that, as you mentioned, most Americans are struggling with. And then you also mentioned, I know you specialize in, kind of developing these tax-free strategies to facilitate savings. And so what's one thing about saving that you feel like people often don't understand that you could
Yeah.
address for?
That's a great question, Brian. A lot of people want to save all their money in the banks. The banks give you less than 1% rate of return. For instance, if I would give you $100, right, and I say save this money, and if we would use the rule of 72, and then we use the rate of return, so 72 divided by the rate of return of 1%, that means that $100 is going to take you 72 years to double. So your savings account is for emergency funds, but there are strategies out there where you can actually build wealth and save and never lose, because it is tied to compound interest within a life insurance. And if you ever want to look up and research the code, it's IRS code 7702. Again, it is a game changer, especially for the families in our communities and business owners as well, Brian.
All right, get on it, get some research. Somebody drop that in the comments, IRS code 7702, so we can look that up. I got it right?
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay, perfect. Now, for the meeting planners, I know folks are listening. Obviously, you work directly with families, consumers, but for folks who are hosting associations, meetings, podcasts, etc., who are the audiences that you're most interested in getting in front of right now?
I want to get in front of audience such as families in our communities. Anyone that's having any type of workshops, any women in networking, those type of industries, mortgage brokers, real estate owners, new entrepreneurs. They're starting because I especially want to get in front of people who love to dive into the stock market, because you're saving all that money, but you're trying to put it in the bank and it's still going to be taxed. Will love to get in front of those type of people so that I can show them how they can save all of that they're working for and build wealth, not just for themselves. My mindset is to help you build wealth so you can leave a legacy. Wouldn't it be wonderful if your great great grandchildren knew that you left a legacy for them? That would be amazing for me. And that's what I'm all about.
I love it. We always talk about this generational wealth, but this is where it truly, truly starts. And so, Dr. Rita, there's like 80 questions I would ask you, because this is a topic that I'm really, really passionate about. But for the purposes of today, I want to encourage everyone to, follow and connect with you, obviously at blackspeakersnetwork.com. But before we close, could you share the one thing that you want to be remembered for?
I want to share that. Look, I am your financial specialist to help you and your family build and protect your wealth so you can leave a love letter, not a liability, to those that you love. I'm dedicated in guiding you financially so you can be financially independent, so you can focus on the things that matter. And then also, I have proven results that can make sure that you are leaving a legacy that your loved ones will remember you for a lifetime. Thank you, Brian.
Listen, I need somebody to drop love letter in the comments, whether you're watching live or watching the replay, because that is powerful. So thank you so much, Dr. Rita. Again, you can connect with her at blackspeakersnetwork.com. I highly, highly recommend that we be serious about the state of our finances and making sure that we are building that generational wealth. And Dr. Rita, I want to thank you for being a part of the Black Speakers Network community.
Thank you so much.